Good evening. Back to our top story now. An investigator in the Public Protector's Office, Tebogo Kekana, has given evidence at the inquiry into the fitness for office of Busisiwe Mkhwebane. He's testified that the Public Protector's report into the Bankorp-ABSA lifeboat scandal and that Kekana suggested there was interference in that report from the State Security Agency. He said he witnessed a meeting between Mkhwebane and then State Security Minister David Mahlobo. Athi Mtongana joins us from Parliament. She's covering this for us. Athi, good afternoon to you. This appears to be a significant development. What evidence has Kekana given?
Well, I do want to mention, Stephen, that this particular witness that is testifying before the Section 194 committee, who was a senior investigator within the office of the Public Protector, was not willing to come and testify, unlike the other witnesses who were subpoenaed to come and give evidence. He gave reasons why he initially did not want to come and appear before the committee. But then again, just to go back to give you context of his appearance and why the committee felt it important for him to be part of the hearings and to provide oral evidence. This is pertaining to some of the outcomes from the courts in relation to the investigations that were conducted while he was still working in the office of the Public Protector, and also at the back of the affidavit that he deposed, where he was complaining about the conduct of suspended Public Protector Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane. So the evidence leader, Advocate Newzroom Afrika, reading out some of the judgments that came out from the case around the South African Reserve Bank versus the Public Protector, where the remedial actions were taken on review. I just want to read to you some of the parts that she read out, and as far as the judgment is concerned, the court said that the Public Protector's superficial reasoning and erroneous findings on the issue, which appeared in the final report and the answering affidavit, do not provide a rational basis for the remedial action, and hence the criticism of it are well-founded. So in not so many words, the court's saying that the criticism that the Public Protector found or had faced in relation to the remedial action were well-founded. That's what the courts were essentially saying. And so the Section 194 committee wanted then one of the people who were part of compiling these reports, who also made mention, the witness that is, that he was actually asked to include issues that he felt were not necessary to be included within the reports, and then subsequently the remedial action. He made mention of how he was instructed to make amendments so that the Constitution can be amended so that the Reserve Bank can be nationalized. I'd like us to listen to that particular exchange and how he says he was really instructed and had no other choice but to try and edit and make changes insofar as to reflect the recommendation to amend the Constitution for the nationalization of the Reserve Bank.
As I indicated, the PP did indicate to me about nationalization and amendment of the Constitution.
And what happened to that? The PP will deny that she discussed with you nationalization. What does that even mean?
Well,
nationalization is. Sorry.
From what I recall in our verbal discussion, she indicated that we should proceed with amendments for or to cater for the nationalization of the South African Reserve Bank, and that we should also see how we can amend the Constitution to cater for that.
And was that done eventually?
Yes, eventually that was reflected in our final report.
Another interesting development, Stephen, that came out is what the witness said in as far as him being asked not to implicate some members, particularly politicians, in the Fred Dairy Farm saga in relation, of course, to the adverse findings that would have come out of that report. Another interesting thing is that Mr. Kekana said that the transcript between the interview of former Public Protector Advocate Thulima Donsela and Billy Masetla prior to the provisional report being finalized was misplaced. He also went further to say that Advocate Mkhwebane told him not to record the meeting that took place with some of the representatives from the state security, and that he shouldn't take notes and that he shouldn't record the meeting. Some of the people that were part of that meeting are, of course, Arthur Fraser and the former Minister David Mahlobo, and that is exactly what then Advocate Mbofu was cross-examining the witness about, trying to test whether he still recalls exactly what had transpired, because he did mention, the witness that is, that there are some instances where he might not recall exactly what happened, and that's also part of the reason why he was unwilling to come and testify before the Section 194 Inquiry Committee. He also made mention of the issue of his suspension or him being dismissed being a matter of the courts, being litigated in the courts, and therefore not wanting to come and disclose or speak of the merits of that particular case. But of course, Advocate Dalimbofu will continue to cross-examine the witness in regards to, the things that he deposed of in the affidavit, the claims that he made, particularly in relation to him saying that he found there was misconduct by suspended Public Protector Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane.
Athi Mtongana, thank you very much indeed for that update live from Parliament this evening.